I've actually got a bunch of orders, but I also need to travel up north because I have a bunch of toys, games, and books to pick up there. So I'm going to quickly go through some of the strange things that sold in my pop culture collection this weekend. This week, it was actually a lot of weird oddities that I kind of put up for sale going, these are cool, but will anybody want to buy them? And some of them people did. But first, let's start with this. From 1964, Hanna-Barbera's Pebbles Flintstone, Daddy's Little Helper. Hanna-Barbera actually started doing character-specific books with different characters from their popular shows. And one of those spin-offs that they did in these books is stories about Pebbles in particular. Inside, they have actual custom artwork done for the book itself, not just clips taken from the show, or even the story itself is not taken from the show. So I always like these sort of, it's almost off-brand, but also very uniquely done sort of artwork for books like this. Then, keeping with the Hanna-Barbera theme, this record album of Huckleberry Hound for President from 1960. So this is just kind of like an album that is, if they were to do a cartoon without the cartoon, just the voice recordings. So it's got all the characters voiced by the people who do them, making stories and an entire build up to Huckleberry Hound running for president. And on top of it, it's got some great custom artwork of all the different characters that are featured inside of the album. Inside of the album? I mean on the album. Like you open up the album and all these characters jump out or something. Then also in my records, something sold that I'm not even sure what it was when I picked it up. It's a Westminster's Check and Double Check TRC dual record. So it's a box set, and from what I can tell is it's to test high fidelity systems to see if they're working properly or if the frequency is right. We got this a long time ago. Like, I didn't think this would ever sell, but I don't remember much about what was on the album itself. I just remember thinking, how does this work? And the cover's really hard to explain to people what it is. It's one of those where, like, if you know what it is, then you know what it is. Otherwise, it's like people just pass it by because it just looks like a gold record. But it's to test frequencies on a hi-fi system, and it's from like the 60s. Now, going back to some of the strange things that I told you I put up for sale, I had found a Casper the Friendly Ghost board game. And what happened was I got the board game, but it was incomplete. It was missing pieces. So I couldn't really sell the game itself. I could go, it's incomplete, but who wants to buy an incomplete game? So I thought, I can't just throw this game board away. It is the coolest thing in the world. I want to hang it on my wall. I think it's just the neatest sort of 1960s artwork that it's even cooler than the Casper cartoons themselves. So I was like, what if I sell the game board and go, you can hang it on a wall, or it's, you know, a work of art. And it sold. So somebody bought this. And to tell you the truth, I'm actually kind of sad to send it away because I still want to hang it on my wall. Maybe I'll find another one and I'll be able to do that. Then, speaking of hanging things on walls, so another thing that sold this weekend is something that I did hang on a wall because I didn't think I was ever going to sell it. It is a marionette puppet of Clarabelle from the Howdy Doody show. And I didn't just want to put it in a box because it's kind of, you know, it took us a while to untangle the strings. So this has actually been hanging on the wall on the other side of these videos when I'm filming. And it's been up for sale. And somebody actually just bought it today. So now I have to take it off the wall and it's no longer going to be a piece of artwork in our home. And I just picked this one up about a week ago and it's already sold. This Donald Duck hand puppet. I'm not very good at moving it yet. I also can't do the voice. I can make the noise. Anyway, this thing sold too. Oh my God, he looks like he's super angry at you. Then one last thing that sold is from my bin of loose toys. This Garfield character, again, where they have him jogging, like Garfield goes jogging. When would Garfield ever go, you know what, I should put on some sneakers, start jogging, and then whistle a happy tune? But still, it's a cool looking figure. I always like the way that they tried to imagine the 3D version of Garfield in these PVC toys. Oh, maybe he's not whistling, he's panting because he's running. You know why? Because Garfield doesn't run. Stop it, people. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to check out my website, thepopcultureroadshow.com, where you can see more of the videos that I make, and you can check out the store and see all of the vintage items, toys, games, and books that I actually have for sale.